Welcome back. I am now joined by Patrick Dickman. Congratulations on that win.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, it was pretty tough. Got kind of scared after round two, game two. Now we have it, but got there.
Yeah, talk to me about that third game. You seemed like you had a lot of choices about how to play that.
Well, yeah, it was basically that one turn where I where I had to choose whether to like try and go for it immediately and like tap his team and attack for lethal.
Right.
But he still had one card in hand, and if that card is a removal spell, I outright die. So I decided that he has to block one creature anyway, most likely gonna block Crosses with the hero. So
Right.
I thought that Pyroclasm is a safer play because I'll have a board after that and he doesn't, and I still have the cryptic command. So I just like played it a little slower.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was a tough choice.
yeah, we could see the hand, so we knew the cryptic command play would in fact have worked. He was holding blanks, but from your
Okay.
seat, I thought the way you played it, I don't think you surrendered much of anything by not going for it. I mean, it seemed like you played it safer and just kind of had control of it the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, that way I also have the spell snare up for like Zealous Persecution shenanigans or stuff like that. I mean, I think he only plays one, but yeah, just seemed
still.
like the safer and better play.
So I got a question for you though. Right before that turn, if he attacks with Hero of Bladehold and the three flyers into your Thragtusk, do you block with Thragtusk?
Yes, for sure.
What do you block?
No, of course. No. I would have taken 13, right? No, then I wouldn't have blocked.
You would take 13 down to 2 if you don't block.
Yeah, I go down to 2 because I'm dead to Zealous Persecution anyway. And I mean, like, he attacks me in huge chunks, so it doesn't really matter if I'm at 2 or if I'm at 15.
Okay. Yeah, we were trying to figure out, because if you did block with Thragtusk, like, we could see the hands, obviously, so we were like, oh, he's just going to tap him down with Cryptic Command, and it felt like, knowing what we know, it seemed like Siggy needed to press an aggressive attack and try to get you to block with Thragtusk. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Your play is to just take it, go to 2, and now your crackback is even easier.
Yes, exactly.
Very nice. Thank you for hanging out with us, by the way. I know it's what, 420 for you now?
I can check. Yeah, it's 425.
And you are up. This is match 3 coming up of our evening. You will be in match number 5 against the winner of Luis, between Luis and Willie. Now, do you have a rooting interest here? Have you thought about which of these guys you'd rather play?
Not really. Like I have no experience playing against Jeskai Ascendancy.
Yeah, let's look at Luis. So we can put Luis Scott-Vargas' deck list up. The Jeskai Ascendancy deck that he's brought to the table is kind of sweet, kind of spicy. Not one that you've really had much experience playing against?
Yeah, not really. Like I didn't really play Modern at the time when Jeskai Ascendancy was actually popular, because at that time there was like no Modern tournaments at all. So I didn't really get to play the format. And then Dig for Time and Treasure Cruise got banned, and that way, well, the deck kind of disappeared. And yeah, I saw his list. I didn't really know what to make of it.
Yeah, the replacement that he's got Beyond.
Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, it's a pretty cool card, and it has seen play in various Pyromancer Ascension decks. But I really can't tell like how good or bad this Ascendancy combo deck is. Like, it's tough to say.
I think it's probably pretty exciting and like can work a lot. I know that Luis is worried about his matchup against Willie in particular. If we look at Willie Edel's deck, he's on Abzan, which means, you know what? He's got removal spells.
Yeah, you got a lot of discard and Abrupt Decay.
Right. Abrupt Decay is definitely a problem. The discard is definitely a problem. Yeah, 7 main deck discard spells between the 4 Inquisitions and the 3 Thought Seizes. And that doesn't even count Liliana of the Veil, who is pretty much a discard spell in this.
Yeah.
Now, how much of an Abzan mage are you? Do you have any opinions on the way Willie's put this together?
Well, I played against it a lot, of course, but I've never played Abzan myself. But I mean, outside of Garruk, it looks pretty standard, like pretty much.
Well, there's one crossing. There are no Siege Rhinos in Willie's list.
Yeah, that's true, but I always felt that like Siege Rhino is kind of slow, especially when the format is very volatile, like it
Okay.
is right now. So, and I mean, it's not even that great against, for example, burn, because they have 8 effects to like prevent from getting life. So he just tries to like keep his curve as low to the ground as possible.
All right. Well, here we go with game number 1. Willie is going to lead with there is Inquisition of Kozilek. So he's going to get a look at Luis's hand, and I'm going to guess
Yeah,
a
it's probably
certain
the ascendancy.
3-mana enchantment is going to depart LSV's hand.
Well, he has 2 Maelstrom pools in his hand though, and like if he does discard the Jeskai Ascendancy now, he's never have a target for them. But then again, most likely Luis is not gonna play the Ascendancy before he goes off. So it's tough. It's a tough discard.
Yeah, I see your point. My first instinct was, I mean, the deck doesn't work without the Ascendancy. It's right there in the name of the deck.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, does he even care about the other cards?
Well, he might also take some of the draw spells, given that Luis has only 1 land, but it's tough.
You just take Thought Scour? Yeah, well, Luis did keep kind of he kept Fairy Conclave, Gitaxian Probe, Thought Scour.
Yeah, he could also take the Gitaxian Probe to kind of keep his game hidden. Yeah, and that's what he took.
Wow. Luis does draw another cantrip, but not a free one, so he's got to lead with a comes into play tap land. And yeah, Willie gets to follow up with another Inquisition.
Yeah, and probably takes the Serum Visions now.
Now, if you haven't seen this combo, those of you guys who are watching, the way the Jeskai Ascendancy deck works, you put Jeskai Ascendancy on the table, and now whenever you play a spell, you get to untap all your creatures. Well, the only creature in the deck is that Fate Stitcher. So you discard Fate Stitcher at some point to the Ascendancy, and now you unearth it, and it gets the ability to tap or untap a permanent. So you can effectively use it as a mana creature. You're just untapping your lands constantly. The Fate Stitcher is not only the mana engine, but it can also just attack for lethal after you've done a whole bunch of Jeskai Ascendancies.
Well, he also has Fairy Conclave as a creature, I guess.
Sure. You're right. Fairy Conclave is the backup. And you see here that Willie did play to those Maelstrom Pulses for the Jeskai Ascendancy.
Yeah, game played out pretty much like expected. Like he took the cantrips and then the Ascendancy. And then got Maelstrom Pulse for the Ascendancy. Yeah, now Luis really has to draw something.
Yeah,
especially through that Abrupt Decay, it's going to be tough for him to win, because now he can even interrupt the combo again.
I want to see Luis's deck do its thing at least once, and I'm starting to think I might have to tune in next week to see that. This matchup looks every bit as bad as Luis was saying it is on Twitter, huh?
Yeah, this looks tough for him.
Oh, sometimes you hardcast a Fate Stitcher. Can't Abrupt Decay that. 4 mana. Well,
easy. Maelstrom Pulse.
Which isn't even that bad though. Like, I'm not sure Luis is all that upset. He's sort of cleared a path for some future Jeskai Ascendancy that he top decks, right?
Yeah, I'm also not. I'm not sure if that was the right play to kill the Fate Stitcher, because that way he actually could have died against the second Ascendancy, and like if these 2 cards were a second Ascendancy and a cantrip, he actually could have died.
Right. Yeah, unearthing Fate Stitcher and playing an Ascendancy would have been pretty good for Luis.
Yeah, because that, like, I think he maybe should have kept up Abrupt Decay and just like attack for 4 turn.
Yeah, 5th land would let him play the another Lingering Souls and keep attacking with Abrupt Decay mana up. All right. There's the 5th land. Those Lingering Souls. That's what Willie splashes white for. Right. That is the odds-on part of this Black-Green X deck.
Mm-hmm.
Main deck is, in fact, exactly the 4 copies of Lingering Soul.
Yeah, I've checked, and it's only Lingering Soul. But I mean, the card's definitely worth splashing.
I mean, in fact, that's the only card in the 75. I mean, I guess Engineering Explosion takes advantage of white mana, but it's not exactly a white card. Just thinks Lingering Soul, it's so good, especially when you get the sort of black-green mirrors. Turns your Liliana into a good card, their Liliana into a bad card, allows you to pressure, allows you to grind. Lingering Souls. No Siege Rhinos, just the Lingering Souls.
Oh, there's the second Ascendancy. So
Interesting.
maybe he has outs, but I doubt it because of the Abrupt Decay. But
Yeah, the
if he
fact
did
that
not
Luis
have
last
it,
Abrupt Decay is certainly bad for Luis. He doesn't
yeah,
know that that last card is an Abrupt Decay, so he's trying to stitch a line together where he unearths that Fate Stitcher, he plays the Ascendancy, he starts playing cantrips and untapping Fate Stitcher. Like, if it wasn't for Abrupt Decay, Luis would at least have a shot here.
yeah, he would have definitely.
And I guess he's not actually dead yet, so maybe his plan is Ascendancy, say go, figuring he's already gone through 2 Maelstrom Pulses. How many does Willie even play? Plays 2, right. It's not like there's a sorcery speed removal spell waiting for that Ascendancy, so Luis can play this, say go, and plan to go off next turn after an untap step. Or he can slow roll it and hope for another cantrip and try to do it all at once.
It's a tough choice again. Like, I think playing it is correct, but he's just gonna play right in Willie's hands.
Yeah, I would play it, planning to say go and get an untap step with more mana.
Yeah. It's interesting that he didn't even cast Serum Visions.
Well, he wants to cast that after Ascendancy. Like, all those cantrips.
Yeah, but I mean, he plays so many that like he's very likely to find another cantrip, and that way he can scry lands to the bottom at least.
I guess. I mean, that's why you don't play it. Obviously, that's.
Yeah. I mean, then again, he can also like set up future draws with the looting effect from the Ascendancy. So I guess it does not really make a huge difference.
Luis is down to 2. He is obliged to go for it now. Waited till the last possible turn. Slogged his way through 2 Maelstrom Pulses and some discard spells, but Willie's last card he's about to learn is in fact an Abrupt Decay. No combo shenanigans for you. Willie Edel takes game number 1. Abzan victorious over Jeskai Ascendancy.
I was kind of worried when I saw Willie's opener, but I mean, it evolved quite nicely for him. He got the lands, he got more discard spells, and the key Abrupt Decay.
Yep. Now, does sideboarding change this much? What do you think Willie brings in?
Probably Thoughtseize, Piffing Needle, and maybe Engineered Explosives.
Yeah, Needle shuts off Fate Stitcher, right?
Yeah. So I think it's going to be these 5, and he might take out Garruk.
The Dismembers and a Go for the Throat?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, because like you don't really want to interrupt the combo by killing creatures, and especially Dismembers especially bad because usually they have so many instants that they can actually make the creatures survive.
Yeah, respond with enough cantrips to
to make it survive. So it's probably going to be Garruk, the Dismembers, and
all right, let's look at Luis's deck. See if Luis has any kind of a sideboard plan here. If he was just saying, "Well, I hope I don't run into too many Thoughtseize Liliana decks." It's not a crazy way to approach it.
Well, he's most likely going for the gifts package because the combo is just very very hard to pull off against Abzan.
So he can go Gifts Ungiven for Elesh Norn, Unburial Rites, and only 2 cards. You have to choose 2 cards to go to the graveyard first. So Unburial Rites, Elesh Norn suddenly go to the graveyard. And then
also Grizzlebrand.
Oh, Grizzlebrand. I didn't even see Grizzlebrand hiding down there. Right. I knew he had a gift package. So that's pretty. All right. His LSV turned himself into a completely different combo deck. Hard to tell from that hand. Land, Path to Exile, and a cantrip. Willie's,
pretty sure that he went it, like that he got the gift package because it is all value and this matchup is still very grindy. And I mean, he has enough removal spells to actually defend himself.
I agree with you. It does seem like the gift package, the transformational sideboard, is the right play for Luis. Well, there's a Fate Stitcher still in this deck, so if he's got a gift package, he's got a hybrid.
Yeah, probably.
Now, Pithing Needle. He doesn't know there's a Fate Stitcher, but
He's probably naming Fairy Conclave.
He did. He named Fairy Conclave.
Yeah. I mean, you can also come off a Fairy Conclave, so it doesn't really matter which one you take. Like, technically you want to shut down both, but he cannot do that. So it's okay to pick Fairy Conclave. And he also wants to attack this Liliana.
Sure. Speaking of, there is Liliana. Each player discards a card. No hesitation. Let's get to it. There's gifts on gifts. Wow. What happens now?
I think Luis just wins. Well, he can still lose to the sacrifice, but he's gonna draw 7 cards.
Yes.
And I think there's no way to win against that. Because he can even, he will most likely find a land for Lightning Bolt to kill the Dark Confident, and then Lily is out of gas.
All right, there's a Tarmogoyf. Yeah, it's going to be Tarmogoyf Dark Confidant. Willie is now completely out of cards. He is hellbent, and Luis has perfect information to decide what he wants to do. And I think he's got a plan.
Yeah, it's going to involve demons.
Here is Gifts Ungiven. Search for 4 cards. They put them in the graveyard. Somehow, I don't think Luis is going to search for 4 cards. Willie, which 2 of these 2 cards do you want to put in the yard? Oh, those 2? Okay. Wow. Gifts Ungiven for Grizzlebrand Unburial Rites. Good times.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But does he need 5 mana for that? It's 4 mana to flashback, right?
The flashback is only 4.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets a Fate Stitcher out of this too. Cute. I mean, there is something to be said for bolting Liliana so that your Grizzlebrand does die.
Oh, makes sense.
He's decided 2 Lightning Bolts and a Path to Exile. Next turn. If he had drawn a 5th land there, he could have done he could have that on 1 turn, or at least maybe done enough of it. Nah, maybe not. Yeah, I was wondering about that.
I think it's really interesting that he chose this line, because I think that he can win even without the Grizzlebrand, like if it just dies. But
I mean, this way, you'd rather have a Grizzlebrand stick around. That seems
yeah. This
not like the fact that it was a 2nd Lightning Bolt off the top, and then you could just straight kill Liliana is, I think, why he had.
Yeah, I think
this hand was one Lightning Bolt, 1 Path to Exile. It's like, okay, fine, I'll get a Grizzlebrand, I'll draw 7. But now, 2 Lightning Bolts, you can keep your Grizzlebrand forever.
Yeah, makes sense. It makes sense. Like, I think both lines win, but that way, obviously, gets Grizzlebrand, which is really nice and makes it even safer.
Yeah, I think that's smart. It's tough sometimes. You have a plan, and then you don't always pause to adjust and figure out, oh, did the card that I top deck change my plan dramatically? And here, it did.
7 cards.
7.
Yeah, he brought the full gift package.
Yeah, 3 Gifts Ungiven. But now what? Like, does he Grizzlebrand to draw into the Ascendancy combo?
He's probably gonna fire off some of the cantrips first, maybe, or he's just gonna search for a lot of removal spells. But
yeah, I mean, it feels like he actually might need to kill those creatures, and Grizzlebrand needs 3 attacks. He said go. He's just sitting with all that untapped land, Thought Scour, etc.
Yeah, I mean, there's like no way for Willie to gain 7 a turn and you take 7. Like, I mean, he's putting up decent effort, but it's not enough. Like, he crashes in for 7 next turn, right?
How big I can't see how big Scavenging is in Tarmogoyf are right now.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Ooze is just 2/2. There's no creatures. So yeah, I guess it is only 6 damage. Luis does just straight win this race. No reason. Willie drew Maelstrom Pulse off the top. Where's the fun of that?
I think it's too late, though.
Scavenging Ooze to eat the Grizzlebrand? Oh, I guess there's only the 1 copy of Unburial Rites.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, is it exactly 7 after that attack where he can't even draw cards here?
Yeah, and he has Abrupt Decay to protect the combo. So actually, Willie might win the game with this top deck.
Might win. It's extremely likely to win at this point, is it, Willie?
I don't know. Does Luis have 3 different counter spells in his deck? Because if so, he can just search for 3 different counter spells and win. Like counter the Maelstrom Pulse. Like he has Remand and Izzet Charm, I know that. But I don't know if he has more counter magic.
Is Izzet Charm even good enough?
Well, he's then tapped out and might just win because Willie can play the Abrupt Decay.
Luis doesn't get to draw 7 though. He's under 7 life.
Yeah, I know, but maybe he can fetch it up with Gift Ungiven.
Okay, he does not have enough counters. He goes Izzet Charm, Ascendancy, Path, and Visions. Visions is cute, given all the Thought Scours in Luis's hand. He may actually be able to turn it into Ancestral Recall.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to spend. How many cards do you have right now? It's 6,
Griselbrand
9,
like,
10. He has 10 cards. He has 10 cards, so he has to fetch and play all 3 Thought Scours to activate Visions of Beyond. So that's -4 mana, and then he can't combo off anymore. I think, because then he has to play Ascendancy and doesn't have mana to play Fate Stitcher because he has no free spells. Or like he could play Fate Stitcher, but then he can't play Ascendancy and a spell. So he can't actually make it into Ancestral Recall.
All right. Path and Ascendancy go to the graveyard. Luis gets the Charm and the Ancestral Visions. Looks like he's going to cast the Charm.
Yeah, but he has to play this. Oh, he's just going to kill the Scavenger Use. That's also interesting. Well, he could make it survive, right?
What's he going to eat? There's no creatures in either graveyard.
Oh, was it not a Dark Confident?
It got pathed.
Oh, it got pathed. Okay, sorry.
Now Thought Scour and Thought Scour. And Ancestral. Oh, Thought Scour some more. Does he have to hit Fate Stitcher to make this work? Yeah, I mean, at this point, Luis has to combo. He doesn't have any more.
He does not have any more threats to, like, he could hardcast Elishnon, I guess.
If it's even in the deck. I mean, these visions he's going off. He's doing
I think it is in the deck because of Lingering Souls token. Like,
sure.
I can imagine a lot of board states where you just want to wipe the entire board.
Of course, he does have to win this turn. If he can kill Tarmogoyf, he's okay. How big is Tarmogoyf right now, anyway? It's a 6/7, so he's dead. He has to find a path for the Tarmogoyf. Is what he has to find. Cataxian Probe. Is he really going to draw all these cards and fail to find a way to kill Tarmogoyf?
Well, he used 2 Path to Exile already, or 3? I think it's 2. Yeah.
Wow. Will wins.
I really did not expect that.
Defeats a Griselbrand. And we have this history on Super League. Summoning a Griselbrand has somehow not been good enough. We saw this happen in Vintage a couple times where somebody got attacked by Griselbrand and still won the game. Here we see Scott-Vargas, transformational sideboard, puts it all together, Unburial Rites, Griselbrand's in play. Willie Edel top decks a Maelstrom Pulse and manages to survive all the extra cards that Luis got to draw. What a crazy game.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Really didn't expect that.
No, I mean, it was a great game. Luis had a plan. I liked the plan there. I mean, game 1, he had a miserable matchup. But, I mean, game 2, it felt like he had a pretty good plan. Just Willie managed
it was super close. And, yeah, he needed that Maelstrom Pulse right away. And, yeah, it was really, really close one.
Wow. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Patrick. Try not to
You're welcome.
As we watch Cedric and Reed play, you'll get to play Willie in our last match of the night.
Yay. Okay, yes, I'll see you there.
Check out Willie's deck list a little bit. We will see you soon. And for the rest of you guys, we will be right back. Stay tuned. Coming right up, we will have Cedric Phillips versus Reed Duke.